This month, WECT is recognizing and celebrating Black history. One couple in our area is doing the same. They're opening up their home for tours to showcase Black history that happened right here in southeastern North Carolina. Historians Chris and Selena Johnson led the tour at their home. It's full of rich African-American history and culture, located over on Carolina Farms Boulevard. When guests walk in, they're greeted by Selena and directed to continue on a self-tour. Volunteers also played a role in acting as historical characters, and they invited a historian to talk about the Gullah Geechee culture. The Johnsons say it's important to keep this history alive.
Everybody really gets excited about Black history, and that's what we love to see. Most definitely, it's very important to understand and learn about your history, and what better way to open up our home.
This is the third year that the Johnsons hosted a Black History tour in their home, and they hope to continue it next year.